What's up guys, thanks for watching another video. Today's video, we're going to be putting some mud flaps on the Cruze. We're also going to be putting on the winter tires on since it's getting cold and starting to get snowy. We dropped off the winter tires the other day, so I'm going to play that clip. Alright, so here are the wheels and tires that I got. The wheels I bought this summer. There's the Chevy Cruze Eco wheels. So that way I don't have to worry about fitment issues and trying to figure out specs and all that. Tires came off my old Subaru, just some Continental winter contact tires. They work really great. So let's get these wheels loaded into the car and the tires as well, and then we'll head over to Bell Tire and we'll get these things mounted up and we'll go from there. So right now we're on our way to pick up the tires. Let's go get these things mounted up, and then I'm gonna take you guys with me. We're gonna wash the car. I'm gonna take some photos. Let's get it. Alright, so as you guys saw in that last clip, I got the wheels put on and my dad and I went out and we just recalibrated, or not recalibrated, but we went out to see how off my speedometer was. It was off by like 1.5 miles per hour, so I just got to know when I'm driving around that I'm going 1.5 miles per hour slower than what the speedometer says. So yeah, we got those put on, got them all torqued down, and so the next thing that I want to do is put on mud flaps. These are gonna look hideous on a red car, but it's the only color I got. And for those who don't know, I drove a teal Malibu with red mud flaps, so I guess I'm used to driving around ugly cars. I'll put a picture of it right here. So yeah, that was my Malibu. So yeah, let's get these mud flaps put on. The only thing that I'm unsure of is the backside. The fender liner doesn't come flush with the rear bumper, so we're gonna have to hope that these fender liner screws in here are long enough that they can still hold the mud flap and still grab onto the fender liner there. The front won't be a problem because the fender liner is flush with the actual fender. So yeah, let's get these things put on, and maybe if I like them, I'll buy a different color that looks a little better. All right, so bad news. The screw is a bit shorter than I thought it was gonna be. So it's definitely not gonna be long enough to attach the mud flap and then still bite into the fender liner. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is make a trip to Home Depot and hope that I can find screws like this that are longer. The problem is these threads I don't think they're common threads. So it may be hard to find a screw that'll bite into the fender liner with the threads that are currently being used. So maybe I'll make a run to Home Depot and see what I can find. All right, so the rear is actually gonna be easier than the front. So as you can see there is where the fender liner screw is there, and there's another one down there. So what I can do is, since I can easily access this fender liner from the inside, I'm free to put wherever screw I want, and basically I'll just put a nut on the other side to hold the mud flap in place. So the rear will be easy. The front might be a little bit more complicated because all I got is that little pop clip there, or whatever you call it. So I got one mounting point there, and I think I may just have to put a self-tapper somewhere up there. So let's go to Home Depot, get some screws, and we'll go from there. So I went to Home Depot and got some bolts and some nuts, and I think we should be good to go to put these mud flaps on the rear and front. I swear, Home Depot, you gotta give me a sponsorship. I'm always going over there to get stuff. Anyways, let's get these mud flaps put on. In order to figure out where I want to put the holes on the mud flaps, I put a little grease on each of the bolts. And we have where we're going to drill right here and there. So let's get to drilling.
Nice. Nice!
Alright guys, the rears are on. That one looks freaking jacked up. Oh my gosh. Alright, I gotta fix this one. Alright, take two. There we go. That's a lot better. So, got the rears put on, and now we can finally move on to the fronts. Alright, this is gonna be a lot easier. So, basically what we're gonna do for the fronts, we're gonna utilize this clip here, and then we're gonna do a self-tapper back there, self-tapper here, and we won't interfere with anything going on behind the fender. I already looked it up, saw a video on, you know, taking off a fender, and yeah, as long as we get it close to the fender edge, we'll be good. So we got to dismount these tires again so we can have room to put the self-tapper in, and we will be good to go. So let's get to it. All right, same thing as before. Got the hole drilled for this mud flap, so we just put it opposite side on this, on the other mud flap, and then we will be able to know where this other hole should go. All right, so I don't think we're gonna be able to reuse this clip here because this thing is beat to shred. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Nah, I don't think we can reuse this. So we are gonna use tree clips, the Christmas tree clips. I'll show you guys. Well, we got this assortment of clips. I bought this off wish.com because, you know, cheap Chinese products are always the best, you know? But I think you can buy these on Amazon too. So I'll just link down below. Now I just got to figure out what we are going to use. See, I don't understand why they give us like these big fat ones. Ain't nobody going to use that. All right, so ended up doing a bigger hole. Did, let's see, 5/16 hole here. And then, so the clip that ended up working is this one. And it's, get the frick off me. It's longer, so it'll count for the fact that we got this material here that we got to go through, as well as the fender liner. So that works. So I'm going to jack the car up so we can get access to the other 2 points. We're going to have to do a self-tapper there, self-tapper here, and that'll be it. All right, there we have it. One self-tapper there, one on the inside, and then as we said in the last clip, using those tree clips, got a longer one to go in there, and there we go. That completes the passenger side. So we'll just do the same on the driver's side, and this thing will be ready to go. All right, mud flaps are done. They look really good. So in summary, here's what we did. So we got 2 holes drilled in here and here in the fender liner, and then they come out here and here. And I just got a nut on there, one of those like vibration nuts put on, because obviously this fender liner is going to be vibrating on the highway and stuff, so put that nut on there, that way the nut doesn't vibrate off. Then got one nut here, it's for adjustment, for making sure it's even on both sides, and then we did the same thing obviously on the other side. Then for the fronts, we got this clip here that just goes into the factory mount. On the front here, instead of doing a bolt and a nut on the other side, we can't access the other side because obviously we have a fender here. So we just got a self-tapper here, and then one on the other side down there in the corner for adjustment and just more stability. So here we have it for the mud flaps. So now, sorry for the wind. Now we are going to give the car a wash and we're going to take some pictures. So I'll take you guys with me while I do that. But before we go wash the car, we actually reset the TPMS sensors since we obviously got new wheels and tires on the car. So I'm gonna play that clip on resetting the TPMS sensors, because it's actually the next day and it was pouring rain on this day, and so that's why I didn't take the pictures on the day that we reset the TPMS and did the mud flaps. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the car into accessory mode. You're gonna navigate to the tire pressure screen, and then what you're gonna do is you're going to, hold on, there we go. You're gonna hold this button, it's gonna reset, and the car will honk twice, and then you're gonna let air out at each corner starting at the driver front, and then at some point while you're letting out air, it'll honk to know that that tire is good. And you're gonna do that all 4 corners, and then the car will honk twice at the very end. So we're gonna demonstrate that. And there we have it, all programmed and ready to go. So that's how you do it. Alright, so just did the self-wash part of the car wash where took the brush, brushed everything off, got the tires all done, and they look okay, I guess. They're still kind of grimy, but they look better than what they did before. So going through the automatic part of the car wash, and once we do that, we'll begin to take some photos of all the stuff we've done so far. So I'll catch you guys when we get to the first location. All right, hopefully you guys can hear me. It's still kind of windy, but here's the first location. I like shooting here because you get the gravel and you got this forest in the background, which is kind of dope. But I'm gonna shoot some photos here, and if I see any that are great, I'll post them on the screen so you guys can see what I'm getting. And I think first what I want to do is take some photos without the light bar on, and then after that we'll turn the light bar on and get some more photos. I usually like to shoot vertical, but every once in a while we'll do horizontal too. But for the most part, I like doing vertical. I get some shots of the mud flaps. I like that. That's kind of cool. Kind of got the tire cut off here. Let's do that again. I like that. Let's do another one down here. Yeah, that's nice. Let's back up a little bit. Yeah, that looks sweet. Alright, let's turn the light bar on, get some more shots with the light bar on. And then if we have time, we may move to the next location, or I'll just end the video. But let's see what we can do with the light bar on. And I got that weird, there's a weird flare going on with the light, so we'll see what we can do. I'll have to Photoshop that out. Let's do one more photo. I really like this spot here. Hopefully the sun isn't too hard, and I forgot to turn the light bar off, so gotta remember to do that or else I'll get a ticket. Alright, well, let's see what we can do here. Let's do one more with the whole thing in, and then we'll go to the second location. Okay, let's go to the second location. Alright, first time shooting here, so let's see how it goes. I found this building, kind of looks like a cool background. I'm actually changing up my lens for this because we're going to need to be able to see more here. Alright, found another spot. This is kind of cool. It's like a industrial complex, but that building back there is where we were just at, so let's see what we can get from here. It's kind of weird shadows with the trees, but I don't know. Still a cool area. Couple more shots, and I think that'll do it. All right, hopefully those are some dope photos, and hopefully you guys enjoyed me taking you through it all. Alright, y'all, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Hopefully I took some dope shots and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If all these photos are garbage, then I guess you guys get to enjoy me talking to the camera and being a weirdo. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.